it might be time to call Samsung the maker of the best looking laptops around, or even just the best looking Chromebooks anyway. Samsung first wowed me last CES when it introduced the Galaxy Chromebook, which was this sleek, bright red looking thing that we've never seen from the Chromebook family before, except for maybe the Pixelbook. But this year, the company is following up at CES 2021 with the Galaxy Chromebook 2. Similar to the predecessor, this one has a bright red finish as well in that same really thin profile and a 360-degree hinge. There's also a new gray color option, but instead of costing like $999 like last year's model, the Chromebook 2 starts at a more affordable $549. At that price, you're losing features like a 4K OLED screen or a secondary camera, but we never really needed those features on a Chromebook to begin with. So the Chromebook 2 here really seems like a better mash of features that we're looking for in Chrome OS. For example, that beautiful build. But for $549, the Chromebook 2, the base model anyway, has an Intel Celeron processor, 4 gigs of RAM, which is about half that of the original Chromebook, which only had one configuration anyway. And you can step it up to the $700 model, and you'll get an Intel Core i3 with 8 gigs of RAM. Compare all that to the model from last year, which had an Intel Core i5 and 8 gigs of RAM with 256 gigs of storage. It feels like a trade-off, but really Chrome OS doesn't need that much power to begin with. Possibly the biggest difference between the two models, and probably one of the biggest explanations for that price difference, is the screen. Instead of a 4K OLED on Chrome OS, we're getting a QLED display here. One of the biggest benefits of the QLED screen is hopefully much better battery life. In fact, Samsung's promising up to 14 hours of juice on the Chromebook 2. The original Galaxy Chromebook was notorious for its bad battery life, so I'm really hopeful that this means we'll see it clock longer than just 4 hours at a time. Another small complaint we had with the original Galaxy Chromebook when we reviewed it beyond the battery life is that the aspect ratio of 16:9 felt a little bit too cramped. The new Galaxy Chromebook doesn't change that much. It's got a 1920 by 1080 resolution, which means it keeps that same aspect ratio. But again, for the lower price, we don't really mind that much. In person, this screen looks really good. Under the bright lights of this demo area, I was still able to see like 4K UHD scenery really well. All the colors popped. This is the QLED technology that I'm familiar with already on Samsung's other Galaxy laptops, so I'm not surprised that I like the display here. The build is still aluminum, but it feels a little bit lighter than before. Because it is so thin, the Chromebook 2, like its other siblings, has a keyboard with somewhat shallow travel, but I enjoyed typing out a few words here and there on it anyway. It was responsive enough and felt fairly comfortable. Another thing I appreciate that Samsung was able to include is 2 USB-C ports, one on either side, which makes this just so much easier to use whatever your setup is. Like I said before, I've been a fan of Samsung's recent laptops, the Galaxy Book Flex, the Galaxy Chromebook, and so far I'm really liking the Galaxy Chromebook 2. We'll have to obviously put it through its paces to see if the new configuration holds up and if Chrome OS really needs a little bit more power, but for now, I'm cautiously optimistic. For more news out of CES 2021 virtually, and also for all of our reviews of Chromebooks, laptops, and other gadgets in consumer electronics, make sure you subscribe to Engadget. And make sure you tune in to Engadget on YouTube or on our website for days of back-to-back live CES programming all through January 11th to the 13th.